안녕하세요 여러분. Hi guys, this is Francesca. In today's video, I will talk about how I lost 50 kilograms, half of it in Korea and the last part of it in Italy. Maybe I can give you some tips and maybe my story can inspire and motivate you to lose your weight as well. And I want to tell people that if I could do it from being super overweight, you can do it as well. We are in this together. So I will just do a small Korean introduction for my Korean followers. 안녕하세요 여러분, 프란체스카입니다. 오늘은 제가 살을 어떻게 뺐었는지 그 과정에 대해 설명을 하도록 하겠습니다. 제가 50kg 빠졌거든요. 그런데 그 50kg는 25kg 정도는 한국에 뺐었고 그 다음 마지막 나머지 킬로는 이탈리아에 뺐었어요. 그래서 제가 살을 어떻게 뺐었는지 뭐 팁 그런 거에 대해 그냥 말할 겁니다. 제가 의사 아니라서 그냥 저를 100% 따라 하지 마세요. 한국어 자막 있을 테니까 꼭 키워주세요. You might wonder, how can I lose 50 kilograms? And my story, it's gonna be specifically tailored to how you can lose 50 kilograms, yes, but maybe if you're living in Korea, my story can be a little bit of more use to you because the way you lose weight in one country maybe is different. Like you can have different resources. That's what I want to say. And of course, if you live in a different country, there's different aspects that you have to take in consideration, like the food and diet is very different, for instance, from Italy. So if I do a diet in Korea, the type of food that I will eat is different. Like there's no pasta, there's the types of carbs are different. They come mostly from rice, right? Not bread. So in the West we have a bread bread heavy diet, but in Korea and Asia in general, carbs come from rice and other grains. So how can you lose weight in Korea? So the first way that you can take, and I didn't take, is you can go to obesity clinics. How is it in your country? Do you have obesity clinics? I know that in Italy there are some, but it's kind of like the impression that I get is not very positive. It's like a ward in the hospital where they treat severe obese patients. It's kind of like from those American TV shows, My 500-Pound Life, this kind of thing. So I didn't go to those clinics because I kind of had that prejudice, but I know that in Korea it's kind of like just going to any type of clinic, basically you just go there, they measure all your body parameters and fat mass, muscle mass, and they give you a diet, very strict diet, very low caloric intake diet, and you have to combine it with exercise. I am not sure if they give you a plan or if it's up to you, but that's what they do. And they give you a lot of herbs to eat. I think that's a very specific thing to Korea, because you can easily access like Chinese traditional medicine markets, and they are quite cheap, the ingredients. I mean, if I were to buy here in Italy those same types of herbs, first of all, I wouldn't find even ginseng. That's quite hard to find and it's gonna be very pricey. So that is already one of the differences. So that's one way you can go about it. So you go to obesity clinic and you are pretty much followed by experts. The way I approached it was by myself, because I was a really bad point in my health. I had pre-diabetes, arthritic pains. I have PCOS, which is like a condition to your ovaries. So I was having all types of issues with my insulin, my hormones, and my body was just basically shutting down. And I just I took a very drastic approach, and I don't recommend people doing that, but I was really desperate and I didn't know what to do because it was just a very like a vicious circle, and I didn't know how to get out of it because everything seemed to be connected. They say PCOS might be caused by insulin, and insulin is caused by diet but also by PCOS. So it's kind of like I was trying to lose weight, but I could not lose weight because these conditions make it harder for you to lose weight. So I couldn't find the thing that would unlock everything. So I was just like, I would just stop taking all the medicines that they are giving me because I just felt like really swollen. These medicines were giving me really bad side effects. And I did a lot of research about Chinese herbs. Maybe if you live in America, for instance, you can find them at the Chinese market. So I did a lot of research about the types of herbs that I can take, roots and whatever. And many people posted on the Korean Google, which is Naver, they posted many recipes for losing weight using these herbs. Most of them use like the Chinese ginger, cinnamon, licorice, and some other some tangerine peels, stuff like that. So I found some recipes and I kind of made my own. I kind of tailored it to my needs. So since I had high blood pressure, I reduced the amount of licorice because it's known to increase that. Like I tested a little bit with small dosages and then I increased from there. So, but first of all, what I did was to remove all processed carbs. That makes a huge difference. So if you want to lose weight and most of your weight is focused on your belly area, that's gonna be definitely because of carbs. So it doesn't mean that you don't have to eat carbs for life, but you have to just make a big sacrifice and reduce drastically carbs. First, if you're like if you're a smart person, not like me, you would do it gradually, but I was really in a desperate situation, so I just removed all of it at once. And I realized I was actually eating a lot of bread. It's not like I was eating some kind of very unhealthy bread, but just the loaf of bread that you buy, it's very different from buying fresh bread from a bakery. It's processed, it's refined, it's full of additives and preservatives, so it's not really good for your health and not good for your gut. My gut was also really destroyed by my diet, by all the medicines they were giving me. The lining of my gut was completely messed up. I mean, it's hard to believe, but even when I was drinking water, I was going to the toilet straight away. And it was just like, it was really impossible for me to live. It was very hard to go travel. Like whenever I went for a travel, I would not eat anything all day because I know that if I eat something, then I need to have a toilet nearby. It was just, it's okay now. But so I removed carbs, but if you don't want to go that very drastic way, you can just remove, and please make sure to remove the processed carbs. Also, rice, it's better if you eat it like whole rice or brown rice, like not the white one. It's very refined. Or try to switch, if you have the availability, to other types of grains. I didn't weigh anything at that point. Like I didn't have like a kitchen scale measuring everything. I did that much later. Now I don't do it anymore. But so the most important thing is that you start to cleanse your body from all the shit that is inside of it, basically. And you have to try to cook everything as natural as possible. I know we live in a society where we are very busy and we prefer to buy something that is ready-made for convenience, but if you really care about your health, you have to find the time to make your own meals, okay? And in Korea, that was especially hard because there's convenience stores everywhere, you know, Pyeonijam. And I had a busy schedule as well. I was always studying at university all day, and then I just sleep. And that had a huge impact on my health because I was not eating that much, even though it's hard to believe, but the quality of the food was not good. So maybe I was eating like 2 kimbaps per day and some ready-made sandwich at the convenience store. But that's, first of all, that's really full of sodium. So if you really want to eat kimbap, then you should buy it at a restaurant, buy it at a store. But it's a more costly option. So if you don't want to spend that money, then make it yourself, okay? Or just make a salad with some grains and healthy nuts, something like that. So I was eating a lot of kimbap from convenience stores or the sandwiches, so they are full of sodium and preservatives and all the processed stuff that I told you to avoid. And all this sodium, also swells you up a lot. So yeah, avoid those. So I removed them. And if you eat any kind of sugary drink, just slowly remove them. Luckily, I didn't have that problem. I was mostly drinking teas and water, so that's actually one point in favor of convenience stores, because they have a lot of like teas with no calories. Just tea is already bottled and ready to drink. So don't, especially in Asian convenience stores, the drinks tend to be really sugary. Like there's 50 grams of sugar in one, like in a half-liter bottle. That's like insane. And also Korean people enjoy to drink like flavored milks. I used to drink a lot of those the first period that I was in Korea, but then luckily I kind of got addicted to those because it was something so new that I didn't have in my country, like strawberry milk, the famous banana milk, chocolate milk, and this kind of stuff. So I was always drinking them. And also one big trap is that Korean convenience stores always have 1+1 or 2+1. So you don't buy just one, you buy more than one, and what do? You end up drinking it eventually. So try to avoid those. And dairy in general is also not good. I mean, I also removed dairy, the little dairy that I had in my diet, because I had hormonal problems. But if you don't have hormonal problems and you are fine with milk, you're not intolerant, then just keep it. You have to test a lot and try and find what works for you. I can tell you what worked for me, but it's not absolute law. So yeah. And also what really helped me at the beginning to decrease my cholesterol was to take a supplement which is called berberine. I found it online, and I'm not sponsored, but I bought a lot of supplements from iHerb, really famous health and supplements retail, and you can find the app as well, and they ship pretty much anywhere worldwide. The shipping is very low, like really low, and even they shipped to Italy. So many years ago they didn't, now they do, so I'm really happy. So I used berberine at the beginning, and seriously, even after 1 month that I started taking berberine, my cholesterol dropped to normal levels. And I was not taking any diabetic medicine, like I had stopped all the medicine, and just berberine with, of course, reducing carbs, like my blood sugar levels were back to normal. Okay, so this one I highly recommend. It's natural, it doesn't have any kind of side effects. So if you want, do your research and consider taking it, okay, if you are in a same or similar situation as I was. Okay, diet, definitely really important. And lifestyle, you're busy, but try to include as much walking as you can as possible. So Luckily in Korea I was walking pretty much, but when I came back to Italy it was hard because I live in the countryside, and wherever I need to go I need to take my scooter. So I am not walking as much as I was in Korea. So I have to try to make the time to walk a little bit or do exercise. So at that time, since I started, my bones were weak, I was really overweight, and I don't have the muscle or the energy, the stamina to do hardcore exercise. So start from walking a little bit, even one set of stairs per day, that's fine. Now when I finish work I try to stop by the promenade where I live and just walk half an hour, okay? Really fast pace, walk there, or if I can't, do some yoga, do some stretching. Don't underestimate stretching. It's really important to oxygenate your muscles and for your flexibility and your muscles health in general. So please do that. And I'm Italian, so I gesture a lot, sorry. So try to walk a little bit more after in this way. So diet control, supplements, try to walk just a little bit more, not too much. I was not doing even 5,000 steps a day, seriously. I lost 8 kilograms, like boom, in I don't know, maybe less than 2 months, and I was not exercising, okay? So my body was starting to get rid of all the toxins and the stuff that I had accumulated. And this video is already getting so long. Maybe I will do a part 2. I will cut it into parts. I record everything. And I will make a second part where I will describe the process from, these 8 kilos that I lost to how I lost the other, 30 plus. Okay, so please follow along and watch part 2 to know how it ends, and ask many questions below. I will answer to you whenever I have time, okay? And subscribe to my channel for more content like this, okay? For me, it's really important to talk about it to help inspire other people, but also for myself, because I want to let go of all of this I wouldn't say, negative, bad memories, but it's like a therapy, you live them, you experience them, you let them go, and you heal. Okay, part of my healing process. So see you in the next one. Okay, 여러분들, 오늘은 여기까지. 꼭 파트 2 봐주세요. 구독과 좋아요 눌러주세요. 감사합니다. 안녕.